Welcome to Main Character Manifesto. I am Ceci. This is the space for women who are done living for everyone else. We don't do perfect here. We do real. Are you ready? Let's get into it. Hello, everybody. Oh my God, I have missed you guys. Did you guys notice I changed the intro? Because, even though the old intro still relates to everything we talk about in this community, I wanted to really update it and just talk about what we're doing here. We're not being perfect. We're talking about real issues, real growth, about not perfection, but showing up. And that is what Main Character Manifesto stands for. That is my ethos. That is the culture that I want to cultivate in this community. And that is you guys. Ugh, my people. I am so happy to have the opportunity to be here again. I cannot believe it's been 7 weeks since I have last uploaded an episode. That's wild. The amount of things that have happened since then is just so crazy. I knew that I was going into a season that was going to be incredibly busy and incredibly energy draining on my end. And as much as I tried to keep up with recording the podcast, with traveling, and just the amount of work that I had fall into my lap, I just knew that there was one thing that I had to let go of. And for the time, it was the podcast. As much as it hurt my soul to not be consistent and recording every week like I have been for the most part for the past year, girls and men, because my dad also listens. And I think there's a few men also. Oh, my brother-in-law listens. Hey, Didi. So I want to say we made it. If there was ever a moment where you had a vision of something that you wanted to do and everything was just so hard, I mean, don't want to get emotional. But my makeup looks good. Like, we can't be crying here. Also, this damn shirt, I literally cannot move. Like, if I move, the whole thing will, like, just roll all the way up. And so we cannot cry because I can't lean over to grab a Kleenex. So let's keep it going. What I was going to say is that the struggle to get this podcast going. You guys don't even understand. I think I recorded some of it. I am gonna be doing YouTube series, YouTube vlogs. I'm super excited about that. I guess I'm like jumping all over the place because I have like a highlight recap of everything that's been happening in my life. Just kind of like, to update you guys. I wish this was like a two-way street where I could be like, hey girl, what have you been up to? Oh my God, like, can we have that? Please? Can you guys like leave me comments and tell me what you guys have been doing? You guys can always like DM me. Like, I want to hear from you. That is literally my goal and my dream, to have a community of women. I mean, listen, I'm not going to leave the men out of the podcast because everyone's included. I feel like my message relates to everybody. My message is of personal growth, of really digging deep into becoming the best version of yourself and not letting our fears, our worries, and our preconceived notions of who we are and our inherited beliefs from generations that were passed down hold us back into becoming who we want to become. I have been putting myself into rooms. I have been paying to put myself into rooms where people are much more successful than I am. And let me just tell you, it pays off because you learn from them, and it also teaches you to rewire your brain on what is possible, because if you keep putting yourself in rooms where you're the one that's doing the best, then you don't know what that ceiling can be. But if you're in a room where everybody else is lightning years ahead of you, then you're like, I'm shooting for the stars, shooting for the moon. I'm shooting for like the furthest distance because if they can get there, I can too. That's proof. So I feel like I'm everywhere. I'm just so excited to be back. And like my favorite podcast episodes are the ones where I just yap, yap, yap. And yeah, I'm just so excited and grateful to be here. Also, shout out to Letty, Marissa's neighbor. I literally cried today when Sonia told me like, "Hey, my Marissa's neighbor Letty, she's so nice. She said she's been listening to the podcast and she's enjoying it." Thank you. Thank you for telling my friends that and for listening. I appreciate you. I appreciate you all of my family members. And if I don't know you, come say hello. Let's be friends. I'm just so thankful. I don't know if you can hear that. That's literally the wine train going by. I used to stop recording and let the train go by until the horn was done. But I was like, I live in Napa. The wine train is a big thing here. Like, why am I editing out the wine train going by? So if you hear the train honking, then you know what that is. Anyways, I digressed. 1 year. We made it to 1 year before I got all emotional. I remember going back, like, when I was just starting to figure out how to set everything up. Um, you guys already know, I have had this mic for a long time before I even decided or figured out how to use the mic and how to record and the lights. We have 2 new lights, that I set up. I still have, like, my same setup as far as, like, my recording thing. I'm doing it all myself. Okay, no, the editing, I have a beautiful soul named Sarah who helps me edit the podcast. Bless her. And yeah, but, like, all of the setup and the production, I do myself. Like, I'm an interior designer, so I did my own studio. I'm also gonna be redoing a studio, and we're gonna do a vlog, so hop over to the other side of YouTube, on the regular long-form videos because that is gonna be coming up soon. I'm so excited. You guys are gonna get to see, like, actual things that I talk about, like, my business doing hair, my business being an interior designer. I am currently doing a beautiful boutique grocery store named Cielo Supermarket. I designed their first store in Antioch, California. Now we're doing their second store from scratch. And it's just so exciting. Like, the original concept was so beautiful. We're just redoing it and upgrading it. So I'm going to be taking you guys along that. So if you guys want to see the progress and the process, hop on over to my regular YouTube channel and come find me. Um, what else are we gonna doing? Okay, so the reason I've been so busy is I last chatted with you guys in March, and then I took a trip. I went to Nashville to visit my brother, and he got invited to this very exclusive party. I don't really want to talk about what event it was because it's faux pas. Like, celebrities don't talk about, like, the events that they go to because, you just naturally go there, but I am gonna tell you who I saw. I was a plus one, and it was just amazing. There was a lot of country music stars, which I am a big fan of, and, like, I literally saw Sheryl Crow perform, like, a few feet in front of me. There was, like, so many celebrities. Oprah was steps away from me. Do I regret not thinking of a question to ask her or to somehow try and start a conversation? Abso-fucking-lutely. I literally froze. I knew she was gonna be there. I knew Oprah was gonna be there, and let me just tell you, when my brother and I walked in to this event, Gayle King was sitting there. Well, not sitting there, she was standing there. She was also going into the event, but she was, like, waiting for Oprah to walk by because she was behind us. And so Gail was standing there, and this event had a theme. It was, like, a little glitzy, little glam. It was very cute. And so she looks at my brother and I, and he's like, "Well, you guys look fabulous." Yeah, like, how cool is that? And I was like, "Oh my god, you look amazing." And so, we had, like, a little dialogue, a little chit chat. And then we went inside, and the inside was just stunning. It was beautiful. There's flowers everywhere. Little Big Town was there. I'm a big fan. Casey Musgraves was there. Big fan. I've literally been playing her on repeat. She's so good. Um, who else was there? Nicole Kidman, Isla Fisher, Molly Sims. It was just incredible. But let me just say that when I was there, they took our phones, by the way. So I have no pictures with anybody. They did have a professional photographer there. So my brother and I were able to take pictures together, which I love. That's literally the best part for me. The fact that I was able to share that experience with him. I was literally his wing woman. I was like, what do you need me to do? Who do we need to talk to? Like, where are we going? Are we going this way? Are we going that way? Like, how can I support you? Um, it was great sharing that experience with my younger brother. Chef's kiss. I literally can't lift my arms up higher because of this damn shirt. Anyways, it was amazing. I'm not even going to say a once in a lifetime situation because I am manifesting to be in rooms where other creatives are. I believe that I have a lot to give and I'm a very creative, I'm very talented, and I'm going to put some respect on it. So, where my manifestations are going means that I drew that energy for that opportunity to come to me. Now, yes, of course, I wasn't directly invited, but let me tell you that the fact that I have been working on who I am and how I communicate with people, putting myself in rooms where I don't know anybody, but I can still make conversations, that is huge for me. I am an introvert. I had to learn to be uncomfortable and be in these rooms and start up conversations because that's how I imagined that version, that future version of myself becoming. These little seeds that you're planting in your life, they're helping you get to the place where you want to be. So if Ceci 5 years ago would have been in that same situation, I would have been so uncomfortable. I would have been like attached at the hip to my brother. I don't think he would have even maybe invited me because he probably would have known that I would have been too shy to be there. So I think he has seen growth in me as well to be in that same industry that he is in. He knows that I am like in entertainment as well. I mean, he's not in entertainment, he's in hospitality, but he has a lot of friends who are in the entertainment industry. But I have put myself in a place where if you pluck me out of where I am and you put me in a place where I don't know anybody, I'm going to thrive. And that is something that I am extremely proud about. Another thing I want to say about this celebrity party was that people are just people. Yes, were they beautiful? Yeah, like Nicole Kidman is stunning. Molly Sims is stunning. Isla Fisher is just as quirky as you see her in the movies. She's fun. But it's just like everybody just wanted to have a good time. They took our phone away, which I loved and hated because I would have wanted to take more pictures with my brother and his friends, but I did enjoy the fact that I was, like, watching all these country music stars singing all on the same stage right in front of me, like, steps from me, and I was just living in the moment. Being a content creator, being on social media, knowing that capturing the moment is important, but being a mindset coach, being a business coach, being a person who wants to fully live her life to the fullest and be present in this very moment, I also need to learn to live in the moment because that's all we have. I mean, what if we just spend our time capturing the moment, but then you're not actually living it and enjoying it, right? So, it was beautiful. I enjoyed that very much, and I'm so grateful that I had that opportunity. Now, let's tell the universe, yes, more. More, please. More, please, right? More of that. So, the other event, so I came back, I worked a couple of weeks, and then I went back to Mexico to celebrate my grandma's 100th birthday, okay? Let me tell you, that woman is so cute. She had a great time. There were so many people. I kept thinking like, "Damn, like, there's just too many people. She must be so tired." But when I went to go ask her before I left, I said, "Are you so tired? Was it too many parties?" And she's like, "No, I had a good time." So, let that be your lesson to not underestimate a woman who likes to party. That is my grandmother. Yes, I must have gotten it from her. Even though I am an introvert and I do love to party, but then I do love to be home. I could literally be home for weeks and, like, not even go outside, besides the fact that I love going to the gym, so I would be, like, going to the gym and that's it. Anyways, this 100th birthday trip was so great. It was the first time in 17 years that I got to stay in the same house as my parents and my 4 siblings. Like, wow. My 2 nephews weren't able to make it, but everybody else went. It was Oh, and my brother's girlfriend didn't go either. But everybody else was in the same house. And, I'm just at a place where I'm so thankful for my siblings. I'm so thankful for my parents. I'm so proud of my dad and my mom for what they've done for us. And my dad continues to show us that he's trying to build a legacy and that decisions that he does make are to better the family, right? So, without going too much into detail, it was just really great and beautiful to be in the same place. We have a little bit of a bigger home that he purchased, so we are all able to stay in the same house now. So that I'm super grateful for. It's a beautiful home and I'm thankful, but I'm just proud of the fact that he was happy that we were all able to stay in the same house. So for that, I'm thankful. Thank you, puppy. But let me circle back on my grandma's 100th birthday. Most of the family went, my cousins went, we were able to, like, have, like, family pictures. It was, like, the first time that we had everybody over. We had my mom's family over, and then we had my dad's family over. It was all in the same day. It was a lot, but it was so beautiful, and, like, it just really reminds me that I want to keep building for my family. The reason that I work so hard every single day is because I want to make my parents proud. I want to take care of them. I want to take them and travel places. I want them to see things they didn't get the chance to see because they were so busy raising us. That is my purpose, to give back for my family. I may not have kids of my own, but you better believe that my siblings' kids are going to be the people that I live for. My siblings, my parents. I want to give back not only to my immediate family, but like to the community. Like, how do we pour back into this world and make this world a better place in the time of AI where everybody is worried about losing jobs and the environment is not doing well and our politics are just crazy? How do we make this world better? That is what I'm worried about. Like, how can I make people's lives better? How can I pour back into people? Because if I sit here and I just look at the news and I worry about all of the things that are going wrong, I'm not going to have the energy or the courage to do all of the things that I can make right. So, within that, I want to ask you, when you think about the 90-year-old version of you, the 100-year-old version of you, what do you want that person to think about? What do you want them to be proud of? What do you want them to say? If it was me, I want to look back and be like, you were that bitch. Like, you did everything you said you were going to do. It might have taken you like a couple of years to finally take action, but you did it. Like, you did it and you failed multiple times. And even though you felt like you weren't going to win ever again, you got back up time and time again. Because, as I will say this over and over again, failure is not a reason to stop. It's literally just a redirection of where you need to go. It's a roadmap. It's like, you have a map and you're like, okay, I'm supposed to go north. I'm going to go west. And then you're like, no, I should have gone north. Let me just go back north, right? That's literally what failure is. It's just like, oh, no, this isn't the way. Redirect. Oh, it's this way. Why do we take it so seriously? It's kind of like doing market research. People do market research for companies all the time. They launch products, they interview people, they do all these things, and they're like, oh no, that failed. Let's not do that. Let's go this way. And they may lose hundreds of thousands of dollars and they don't even care. So why don't we treat our life as market research? I know that sounds scary because, like, who wants to keep failing at their life? But if we think about our inner guiding system, we are meant to feel good. We are meant to understand what is good for us, and that is how we know we're on the right path. If I feel good about what I'm doing, I know I'm in the right path. If I'm working a corporate job that's supposed to be 9 to 5, but I'm really there from like 8 to 10, that doesn't feel good because I am overgiving what I said I would do. That is not holding up to my boundaries and like what I'm supposed to give, right? So think about the things that you want to be proud of and understand that you have that intuition that is going to guide you in the right direction. So, to summarize my reflection on your 90-year-old self, think about, what is your legacy? What do you want that to be? What do you want your 90-year-old self, your 100-year-old self to look back and be proud of? That is telling you exactly what you should be doing now. And if you look back and you say, oh, I should have done this, I should have done that, and then you're going to live your life with regret, what kind of life is that? I have this guided journey that I do at wellness events whenever we're doing like Pilates or gatherings. I've done it multiple times and I've gotten such good feedback. And it's basically a guided journey of releasing fear, releasing everything that doesn't serve you, and just basically talking to your 90-year-old self. But it is so powerful because We are doing it with intention and in this guided journey where you're actually like flying in to talk to this version of you. It's really transformative. If you guys want me to package that together and have it available for you guys in the next episode, leave me a comment and I will do that for you. Or message me, DM me on Instagram, and I will get it for you. But wrapping that up, I wanted this to be kind of like a takeaway where you guys already know that every episode I like to give you guys tools to walk away with. Like, if there's one thing that I walked away from this podcast episode, is this one takeaway. And for today's episode, I really want you to think about all of the things that you would love to do and that you're not doing. So, how can you make that 90-year-old? I keep saying 90-year-olds, but even though my grandma was 100, but my meditation, my guided journey is your 90-year-old self. So, take it with what you are. Listen, if you wanna think about your 70-year-old self, like, what do you want that person to be? I'm 43, so I wanna think about 50. Like, what is my 50-year-old self proud that I did at 43? I'm gonna be 44 in September, and you best believe I have so many plans. The way that my horoscope said I am in my villain era right now, girl, get out of here. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. I just wanna add, listen, I have realized that we have been undervaluing ourselves, and as much as I want to be someone who leads by example, I am not perfect and I am in this journey with you guys. So, listen, this is like an accountability space where we're holding ourselves accountable. And when you are in a new situation, in a new environment, there comes opportunities where people want to work with you, they see your value, but it's very easy for them to ask you to do things and then be like, "Oh, we don't have the budget, but we would love to have you," right? When you are breaking into this industry and you're like, yeah, that's a great opportunity, I'll do it. But girl, we are 1 year in, well, almost 2 years in, 1 year in for the podcast, and we know our worth. So moving forward, we do not have time. We would love to collaborate, but we do want to get paid because this is the crazy thing. When you start showing up and you start showing your own worth and your own value, then other people will see it as well. But if you keep saying yes to things that are not adding to your life, you're not going to open the doors to those things that could be adding so much value, that could be adding growth, that could be just such great experiences. Now, I am at the point where I have learned so much and I have put myself through programs. I have put myself in the rooms, in experiences, in the masterminds. I have made connections. I know what I'm supposed to do. Now, the rest is up to me. That means that I have to pitch myself. That means that I have to send out the emails because I am a business owner and that's what we do. We do not wait for things to come to us. We make them come to us, right? Not in a forced way. And I love using this analogy. I use this with my private one-on-one coaching clients all the time because a lot of these women that I help out are starting a business and they're figuring out their business structure. They're figuring out how to create content. They're figuring out how to structure their business, how to show up, how to communicate with clients. And I love this analogy. Let's say you have a bakery. You've designed the bakery. It looks beautiful. The interiors are great. Your recipes are fabulous. Everybody tasted them and everybody's just waiting. But then your lights are off and then the sign is off. And so people walking by think that you're not open. If you don't turn that sign and you don't turn on the lights and you don't open the door, people are not going to know that you are open for business. That's the same thing for the people that are afraid to post online about their business and that are afraid to reach out and send emails and put themselves in a room. If you see a business or a collaboration opportunity and you're like, I would be great at that. Let me send them an email and say, hey, this is my name. This is what I do. I would love to collaborate. This is what I can offer. Let me know if that would work for you. If we're not putting ourselves in that situation, other people might not even know that we exist. So that means that those doors will never open because you're not going to open them for you, right? Not every door is just going to instantly open and like the gods will come in and everything's going to fall in your lap. Sometimes it will, other times it won't. But I have learned that in my villain era this year, I'm going to get my ass up and I'm going to reach out to the people that I need to reach out and I'm going to keep putting myself in the rooms that I know I should be in. So, with that said, what are you doing? What are you doing to better your situation? And listen, I'm not calling anybody out here, and it could just very well be that you are updating your resume or that you are signing up to the gym because you finally want to feel comfortable in your own skin. There's just so many things that you can be analyzing your life and say, like, my life is a gift. How can I make my existence better? Whether there's good times, there's bad times, there's sickness, there's loss, we're always going to have that in our lives. But how can I make my existence and that existence of those people around me better? That is my homework for you. And also for myself, because like I said, we're holding each other accountable. We're holding hands here, and we are going to stop being wet blankets and we are going to shoot for the moon. Because the next time I get invited to a room full of celebrities where there's a party, I want to be the one on the invite. I don't want to be the plus one. I want to be the one that says, hey, do you want to be my plus one? That's right. That's right. So, with that said, I am so happy you came. And I am so proud of us because we did this together. And I love your feedback. I love your support. I cannot wait to show you what's to come. Should I say what's to come? I feel like I should do a little short recap. I don't know if it's a recap. I don't know. I'm blabbering because I'm delirious on how excited I am to finally be here. And just catching up is just so nice. But my goal is to curate not only lessons like, well, not that my podcasts are lessons, but I always think about something that I feel like you guys would benefit from because it's also something I'm working through. So, yes, there's always going to be takeaways and there is going to always be solo episodes, but I also want to bring you guys badass women and some men. Some of them. We'll see. Um, but I want to bring you guys stories. I want to bring you guys examples of women who have done what we want to do. I just saw Emma Greed. I don't know if that's how you pronounce her last name, but she is basically the GOAT. She is behind Skims, she's behind Good American, she's just a phenomenal businesswoman, and she's been doing a book tour because she just launched her book. What a dream. Listen, I'm gonna put that on my vision board. I wanna do an interview with her, I wanna be on a panel with her, I wanna be in the room with her where it's not just me purchasing a ticket as a fan. I wanna be invited to the room. So maybe with other but she has a podcast. Her podcast is named Aspire. So maybe that is what we put on our vision board. Like, hey, Chloe, Emma, all the girlies. That would be so okay. There's this other podcast that I really love. Hot, Smart, Rich, I believe. She's taking off, and I aspire to be like her and to be like Emma. I don't know where I was going. I totally lost my train of thought. But listen, at the end of the day, all we want is to build a beautiful life. And what that means to you and what that means to me might be something totally different. But the fact that you can have the choice to curate this life and be mindful and experience it as you want, that is the dream. And that is what I'm here to support you with. So, I hope you enjoyed today's episode, and I am so happy to be back. I cannot wait to bring you so much more content, so many more videos. Hey, watch out for regular YouTube videos for vlog style, and also come and join me on Instagram. I will also be probably posting on LinkedIn because listen, a girl has goals. And I'm just so excited to be back. And I appreciate you for the 38 episodes that you were with me last year. And let's shoot for the moon. Let's go for so many more with beautiful guests and beautiful experiences, because you better believe that this year we are bringing this community to life. So, who's ready? Who's ready for in-person events? I know I am. Yes, maybe like by the beach, doing a sound bath, doing a little yoga, some healthy, yummy food. Listen, if you're turned off by the thought of healthy food, don't even trip, because when I curate the food, it will not be gross. It'll be tasty. You won't even know that you're eating healthy. That's the best part. So, I don't know, but let me know in the comments who wants to go on a retreat. Tell me what locations you would want to go. I think I'm probably going to do a few retreats in Napa first, get you guys all ready to go, and then we're going to start traveling together. This is going to be like the sisterhood of the traveling pants. And yeah, I'm a millennial, so that's an old movie, but if you know, you know. Thank you so much for being here. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe so that you don't miss a video. If you loved today's episode, please share it with a friend. My goal is for people to find this show, and so that we can motivate and help people become the best versions of themselves. I love you so much, and until next time, bye.